Good evening, everybody. My name's Dave. Thanks for joining me. I came across some ratings on headlights today, and I was explaining them to people, and I thought to myself, maybe I should know a little bit more about this. So I looked into it. So what we're going to do now is IP ratings and what they mean. I'm sorry, I'm going to be looking at the screen again. We've all heard manufacturers claim IP67 waterproof ratings and other things like that, like IP4X. But what do they really mean? For example, I bought some King's Lethal 9-inch headlights, and they have ratings of IP68 and IP69K. And I just bought a Nebo camping light, and that has a rating of IPX4. But I have an idea what they mean, but I wasn't entirely sure. So let's have a look into this and see what they mean in layman's terms. But first of all, why do we have a rating system anyway? Well, the basic idea of a universal IP rating system is that buyers and users can be confident of how safe it is to use certain electrical and mechanical goods in specific environments and applications. So what does IP mean? It simply means ingress protection. And that can be solids or liquids. So in Australia here, we do river crossings, we go out into the deserts, we have a lot of dust on dirt tracks in the summer, and we have a lot of water, so it's the protection against those things. We know what IP means, but what do the numbers mean? The first number of the rating is the protection from foreign body and particular ingress, as follows. 0 or X, not rated, no rating supplied for protection against the ingress of this type. 1. Protection against solid objects larger than 50 millimeters, accidental hand contact with an open palm, but not against deliberate body contact. 2. Protection against solid objects larger than 12 millimeter and maybe accidental finger contact. 3. Protection against solid objects larger than 2.5 millimeters, tools and wires. 4. Protection against solid objects larger than 1 millimeter, fine tools and wires, nails, screws, larger insects and other potentially invasive small objects. 5. Partial protection against dust and other particulates such that any ingress will not damage or impede the satisfactory performance of internal components. And 6 is full protection against dust and other particulates, including vacuum seal, tested against continuous airflow. Right, so we'll look at IP67, 68 and 69K in a moment. When we've investigated the second number in the rating, which is the protection from moisture ingress, right, liquids or vapor. So 0 or X is a not rated, no rated supply for protection against the ingress of this type. Same as the other one. 1. Protection against vertically falling droplets such as condensation, sufficient that no damage or interrupted functioning of components will be incurred when the system is upright. 2. Protection against vertically dripping water when the enclosure is tilted up 15 degrees off vertical. 3. Protection against direct moisture spray at angles up to 60 degrees off vertical. 4. Protection against splashing water from any direction, tested for a minimum of 10 minutes with an oscillating spray, limited ingress permitted with no harmful effects. 5. Protection against low-pressure jets, 6.3 millimeters of directed water from any angle, limited ingress permitted with no harmful effects. 6. Protection against powerful jets, 12.5 millimeter nozzle of directed water in any direction. 7. Protection against full immersion for up to 30 minutes at depths of 15 centimeters and 1 meter. Limited ingress permitted with no harmful effects. And 8. Protection against extended immersion under higher pressure. To greater depth, precise parameters of this test will be set by the manufacturer and may include additional factors such as temperature fluctuations, flow rates, depending on the equipment type. And 9K. Protection against high pressure, high temperature jet sprays, washdowns or steam cleaning procedures. This rating is most often seen in specific road vehicle applications. Now we've got to talk about IPX ratings before we go any further. So as I said at the start, I have a new Nebo camping light that is IPX4. So in certain cases you might see an IP rating given as IPX7 or IP5X or similar. The difference between an IP rating and an IPX rating is more straightforward than you might think it is. In fact, IPX is not entirely valid as a separate IP code for an itself, so basically it's an IP rating, exactly the same. The ratings that feature an X somewhere in the code simply denote that the numerical rating has only been provided for one of the two main ingress types. So IPX4 means it's only been tested against liquid and not against ingress of foreign objects and solids. If you have something like IP5X, that means it's been tested against foreign body intrusion, but not a certified level of moisture resistance is recorded. You get the picture. When we look at IP67 and IP68 and IP69K, they just mean that 6 is the full protection against dust and other particulates, including a vacuum seal tested against continuous airflow. Let's say the 9K means they've been tested against high pressure, high temperature jet sprays, washdowns, or steam cleaning procedures. And then 67 or 68 means they've been immersed in water for a period of time to a certain depth, and they've not had any ingress of water. So I hope that explains things to you. I will post this document that I've written on the Patreon channel for Patreon members to view if they wish to see it. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.